Hi, favorite second graders. It's so nice to see you. I hope that you're enjoying this morning message. I received a message from one of your parents that said, "Can you please keep doing these?" So here I am. I miss you so much. And I hope that you're enjoying the videos that I'm doing with books that I'm reading for you and other students who are out of school at this time. So right now I'm still reading Junie B. Jones. I read chapter 6 on Monday, and I'm going to read chapter 7 tomorrow, which is when this morning message is for. This morning message is for Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. So here it goes. Hi, favorite second graders. Something that made me smile yesterday was reading chapter 6, Junie B. Jones, Chicken of the Ocean. I really enjoy imagining you listening to the story. What made you smile yesterday? Really think about that. What made you smile yesterday? Something that made me smile was reading that story. And of course, I'm doing it imagining you guys listening to it. And then McKenna, my bonus daughter, she was giggling while I was reading it because you know how I read it with a really silly voice. And that made me smile. What's something that frustrated you yesterday? What's something that frustrated you? Because, like I said in our last morning message, that happens too. We get frustrated. So I have this new book that I ordered, and it's called Breathe Like a Bear. It's called Breathe Like a Bear. And each day, I'm going to choose a different strategy to read from it. The one that I've been reading this week, actually I read it all weekend, is called Candle Breath. So it's called Candle Breath. And I'm going to make a video about candle breath. And also I'm going to read, some days I flip my lid. And I'm going to read that too. Learning to be a calm, cool kid. So back to our morning message. What is something that frustrated you yesterday? It's natural to get frustrated. So I've been practicing the technique called candle breath. I'll post a video later on so you can see how to do this in action. It's a breathing technique for relaxing. When is a time that you can use a breathing technique to calm yourself? When is a time that you can use a breathing technique to calm yourself? I'm looking forward to Lunch Doodles with Mo Willems today. Yesterday, I learned how to draw a cat. After lunch, I'm going to walk Bella and then have a meeting with the other second grade teachers. If I were a second grader, I would warm up with extra math, complete the lesson on time on Moby Max, and play a game. That's what I would do if I were a second grader after lunch. You could do the game that we were doing in class with a balled up sock or even a cotton ball and do the count bys. So you could do this with anybody that's at your house. You could do the 5 and then pretend you're throwing it back to me. 10, and then I throw it back to you. 15, 20. You can do that with anything at your house, and you could do any count bys. You could also just write them down on a piece of paper, and you could ask your parents to take a picture of it and send it to me on Class Dojo. That could be a game that you could do for math after you do extra math and the lesson on Moby Max. Then after math, which I'm going to do after lunch, I'm going to read Junie B. Flowerhead, which is chapter 7. There's a lot of figurative language in the book I'm not sure if you've heard it, but like ants in my pants. Do you remember what ants in my pants means? I sometimes have ants in my pants. It's really hard to sit still. I like to be busy and moving around. Or my favorite part so far was the Grouchy Lady sandwich, where Junie B. Jones has a Grouchy Lady in front of her and a Grouchy Lady behind her. And she compares that with being stuck in the middle of a Grouchy Lady sandwich. That's an example of figurative language. So I was thinking it'd be really fun to write a story. I'm going to write it about Bella using figurative language. And it's going to be a silly story, and I'm going to use talk and action and figurative language. And I'm going to put it in Google Classroom. And if you want to add a story in Google Classroom, you can. So on a side note, this is for parents too. This week at school, Chromebooks are going to get passed out unless something changes. So the schedule for Chromebooks to get passed out is Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Thursday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. So after that, on our morning message, I said, I miss you. Smiles, Mrs. Case, your happy teacher. Bye, guys. See you soon.